Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We are on location at the beautiful and historic Centennial Park, and our very, very special guest today is Miss Joan Fleming.
Joan Fleming, Ridley.
All right, I want to make sure I didn't jack that up. We're going to talk about life, and career, and a bunch of other stuff, and we might even tell a few jokes. So, first, welcome to the show. Thank you for being part of it.
Thank you so much for having me. Mother, wife, those are my two greatest accomplishments, mother and wife, and of course I am Vice President of Citizen Savings Bank and Trust, over lending, over residential lending, consumer lending.
All right. So, how did you get into finance?
Finance, let me see, this was a long time ago. I started in finance at Associates Finance, which I don't even know if they're in business anymore, a small finance company, and did that for many years. Moved up from customer service rep to branch manager, and then I got married and decided to move to Nashville, and one of my mentors, now who's a mentor of mine, gave me a job as his assistant in mortgages. He was a mortgage loan officer, and so I did that for several years and eventually started my own company, and eventually that company merged with Citizens Bank and I became their vice president of lending.
Okay. All right, so what does the vice president actually do?
Well, my primary focus is on lending, is growing the company in the lending area with residential mortgages, consumer loans, things like that. But I just kind of oversee the lending activities, make sure we are meeting goals, make sure that we are making good, sound decisions on mortgages.
Okay. All right, so what's going on with the economy at this time? Are we growing? Are we doing good?
You know what? We're still booming. With mortgages and lending, real estate, you'll have your lows that'll go up and it'll go down. A few months back, they said, I think our bubble is about to burst, but that did not happen. That absolutely did not happen. You can look all around and continue to see growth. Our lending activities have not slowed down at all, so that lets you know that the economy is still good, still stable, it's still going upward.
So how do you balance vice president, motherhood, wife? How do you balance?
Well, motherhood is easy. My daughter's 21 and just graduated from college, so
all right.
So that part is very easy to manage. I also am working on a company for athletic wear with a partner friend of mine. So that's something that takes a lot of my attention. I'm also in school working on 2 different degrees, working on my undergrad and a master's at the same time. So those things became a little bit easier to manage after my daughter left and went to college. Well, I say that, I spend a lot of time in DC where she is too, so. But at least there I'm able to relax and study and work on some other things. But I have a great support team that helps me manage all that.
You seem to be very goal-oriented. Is that right? Okay, so is there an ultimate thing that you're trying to accomplish in your journey?
Legacy.
Okay.
Trying to create legacy for my family, for my daughter. Trying to, I love what I do with the bank. I love lending, but we are a community, Citizens Bank is a community bank, and so our primary focus is lending and helping the community, and I love that. So part of my legacy would be one of those people that helped the North Nashville area to make sure there was always affordable housing for our community. And then with some of the other things that I'm doing, I'm just trying to create legacies, leave something to my child so that she can carry it on and pass it on to their family.
Okay. All right. So women in business, how are we doing? Are we progressing? Are we getting better? How are we doing?
We are rock stars right now. Yeah, women are really taking over the world. Not in a bad way, but we love being mothers and wives and things like that, but I think, we also love running businesses and things like that. And being a part of the booming economy.
Okay. All right. So, how do you like living in Nashville? This town has changed quite a bit over the last several years.
When I tell you I love living in Nashville, when I first moved here, I thought, what in the world have I done? I moved from Atlanta to here, and I was a little concerned, but years and years into it, it has changed so much. There is no place in the world I'd want to live right now other than now I want enough money to always be able to travel to other places, but as far as creating a home life, it is definitely Nashville.
Okay. All right. So those young people who are interested in either getting into finance or starting businesses, or whatever the case is, what would be your top two things in terms of advice that you would give?
One is find a good mentor. I had a great mentor when I started. When you start in mortgages, it's all about who you know and who knows you. And so if you just come straight out and, decide this is what you want to do and you want to make a lot of money, it's not going to work. But if you find someone that can mentor you, who has a lot of connections, that's probably the number one thing to do. And then study your trade. Make sure that you understand the ins and outs. You understand the economy. You understand what rates do. You understand the needs of the customers. If you understand all of those things along with having a good mentor, you will absolutely be a success in the finance area.
Okay. So for those of us who are interested in getting mortgages, either first-time buyers or trying to get a second home, or whatever the case is there a particular starting point in terms of going?
Well, we always ask a realtor friend of mine. We do live on every Tuesday about 7:30 in the evening on our personal Facebook page, which is Joan Fleming. Yeah, just Joan Fleming.
Okay.
But what we try to do is help people that are interested in buying their first home, letting them know what they need to do, if they have issues that they need to fix, to come and sit down with the lender up front and talk through those issues and see if we can fix them and get them on the road to home ownership.
Okay. Okay, great. And you're at Citizen
Savings Bank and Trust.
Okay. Where is that located?
We are located at 1917 Hyman. That's our home office, and of course we have our branch on Jefferson.
Okay.
The historic branch that everyone knows.
All right. Fantastic. Well, that's all we got. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you so much. Look
Thank
forward to speaking
you.
with you again.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am.